What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Just wanted to come back and do an update on my research with stovetops cooking outdoors. Last video, I talked about the Jetboil, which I have here, and that came with, this extension to be able to hold your gas cans and whatnot. That's pretty nice. And so this time around, I will show a different setup so that you can, if you're looking into get into this stuff, you can look at the different options you have. So Jetboil says, it states that you really should only use their material with their own. So, this video is a try at your own risk. They really only want you using this Jetboil stuff, but obviously you can use other things if you need to. And so, how do you go from, this type of propane isobutane mix to just using propane? And why would you, well, first, let's just back up. Why would you want to use one versus the other? Well, I figured out that butane, if it was just pure butane, like what most of you might have with your cook stove, that's not going to work so well. It stops running at it stops running at 32 degrees and lower, and so in cold temps it's not going to work so well. That's why you have these, which is kind of a mix there. The reason why people like this stuff, it's more expensive than propane, but essentially it's lighter. So, if you're backpacking, want to keep it light, that's why you might go with the more expensive, isobutane. And if you really need it, like how I do for Minnesota winters, and this is when I would bring it out for ice fishing, heat up water for coffee, cook some noodles, those types of things, you're going to want propane. So how do you convert that? Well, this little gadget here, that's how you convert it. And there's a whole bunch of these. They're really cheap, so it doesn't really matter which one you get. Just, I'd say, go for a quality one and spend a little bit more. Probably don't go for entry level. So the reason why I got this green one too, I just thought it'd be nice to match the Coleman's green. But up to you how you want to use that. And then finally, the stovetops themselves. So a lot of reviews on this Pocket Rocket Deluxe, and I thought, I usually go out with a couple guys, and so they're big eaters themselves, and so I wanted to go with something a little larger. If you know the Pocket Rocket itself, it's a little small. So if you were going out by yourself, using smaller stovetops, that'd be okay. But I wanted something that I could essentially throw a bigger stove or a pan on. So that's how it works. You really just flip those fins up, and then you have your control valve for the gas. Again, you have your igniter here. So this piezo igniter, it's really nice. I mean, you should always still carry a lighter if you're going anywhere, really. But it's just nice to have, so you don't have to fumble around, try to get something to light in really cold weather. So we'll show that in just a little bit here. And then I'll also show the Jetboil. The reason why this is so nice, one, it fits the can perfectly, right? Because they really have these small indents right here. You can see them. And they're going to fit right into, if I could take this cup out, they're going to fit right into these grooves, and so it's going to fit perfectly. It's going to lock in as well. As you can see, you can slide it in, lock it in. And again, you're not losing heat because you have these coils around here. You have essentially some railing system so that it's blocking out the wind as well. From the flame perspective, you have a deep bowl here, which is going to help stop that wind as well, and keep the flame strong. And then on the Pocket Rocket Deluxe, same deal here, where you're going to see the cheaper ones, they're not going to have this lip. And so if you got high winds, if you've fished in Minnesota, ice fish in Minnesota, they'll be wind and they'll pick up. And so you definitely want something on the higher end. So why do I need both of these? Well, I thought I need both of them in combination for the reason that I would use the Jetboil for strictly boiling water, and or making noodles, that type of thing. And then if I were to need to switch to a pan, let's say we're frying up fish, and or just cooking up some sausage or something like that, I would want to then use my Pocket Rocket Deluxe. And so that was my thought there. Just being able to have them both, just be versatile. So let's go ahead and show them both. So I'm going to show them not using propane first. Show them the actual way that they should, that was asked by the manufacturer. And so it's pretty easy. You really just, I won't even plop it in. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just plop it in first. So they really just lock right in. It's pretty easy here. So there you have it. It's locked in. It's not going anywhere. It's stable. And then make sure that this is turned off. And it is. Now we can go ahead and spin this on. And I'm not gonna put the full system on. I'm gonna leave the pot off so that you can see the flame itself. So you can see if how pure it burns. And I have my igniter here. So here we go. We're just gonna turn on a little bit of gas. You hear it? There we go. And there we have it. So this is low. You can see how pure that flame is. It's all blue, right? So one, you're not breathing in the bad gases, and two, you're getting the hottest temps available. Now if we go ahead and boost that up, you can see here how big that flame really gets. And so it's quite incredible how much range you really have. And so I love that you can do a simmer as well as a large flame, get that water really going and boiling. So that's that. We'll let that one cool off here. And now we'll go ahead and look at the MSR. So the Pocket Rocket is a MSR product, if you didn't know. And we're gonna go ahead and use this guy. So these are huge. Obviously they have smaller ones as well. I thought I'd pick up these big ones just because I wanted to look at the various sizes and see how much I can get out of them. So again, they're going to be plug and play because they're made for the products that are available there. So you can go ahead and just twist this on, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is turned all the way off so that we're not and you hear a little bit of that gas release. That's okay. It's going to do that. All right, good to go. And again, here's my igniter. Let's go ahead and give it just a little bit of gas. And turn in. There it is. And there you have it. Check out that flame. That is beautiful, right? So here we go again. We're going to turn it up. And yeah. So that's a pretty big flame. Again, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. And there you have it. So that's with, again, this isobutane, this mix, isopro, isobutane. It really is just a mixed configuration of propane and butane. If you're looking for cold temps and using this in cold temps, again, you're going to want to go more propane than butane. If you want to go lighter and you're backpacking and warmer temps, going with more butane is fine, or this blended mix is fine. So it really is what you need it for. So with that, we'll let that cool for just a sec, and then we're going to switch up the configurations here. So stay with me. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And again, we just kept it on for just a sec there, so it is, it's warm, but it's okay. It's not hot. If you caught that when I was undoing it, just a little gas release, and that's going to happen. Again, you can give it a quick test and make sure that it's not leaking or anything, but it should be okay. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and check out the propane. So here we just have these Coleman propane, and you can get them 2 for $10 over at Walmart. So that's usually where I go and grab mine. It's probably the cheapest. 1 for $5, 2 for $10, and maybe at your local stores you might find them for cheaper. But here you have your converter. Okay, so to start, I actually like to twist it onto my stovetop first. And so if you think about this just in terms of logic, right? If I have a source where I can stop the gas, I do that first before I plug it into this outlet here that's going to release the gas. And so that's just my train of thought. I test it out for yourself, but that's just how I do things. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it all the way off, and here we have it nice and hand tight. So I'm going to go ahead and I usually like to spin the bottle. It's just easier than spinning the stovetop with your fingers. And then when I get closer, I'll finger tight. All right, so there we have it. And gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on now. So again, give it some gas. We hear it. There it goes. All right, so turn it back on there. So you can see here, it's pretty high, so I'm bringing my camera up. It's burning blue as well. A little bit of yellow, not that much. I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit so it's not right above my light here, but yeah. And you can turn it up. Look at that. You can turn it down and then turn it off. So that's the propane. You can hear it. It's a lot beefier. And check out those cans, right? So look at that jet power or Jetboil right next to that propane. You're just gonna get a whole lot more with that propane. And again, for the winter, you're gonna want to go with that. So it just made sense that I bought this small little converter. I think I got 2 of them for like $10 around the Black Friday holiday. So check that out as well. Now let's do that same test. Let's do that same test for the Pocket Rocket Deluxe. So 1 second while I set my phone down here. All right, so again, we make sure that it's turned off, and we're gonna go ahead and twist it off here. And here, a little gas whizzing, but we're all right. All right. Here's our other piece. So I like to, one, I bought 2 on purpose so that I can have a backup if I need to. But 2, if we were to use both of these during ice fishing, right? One for heating water, another for cooking with a pan. I'm going to need 2 anyways, so that's why I bought 2. And I guarantee you're probably going to want 2 as well. So same piece here, I got it on to my Pocket Rocket Deluxe. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in now and throw it onto the propane. And again, I'm going to twist the propane. It's just a lot quicker. And you can see how quickly I'm setting up here, right? So, you're not messing around. You're not trying to find, where's your big old stove and then light this thing up and realize you have butane, so it's not lighting up in the code. And so it's just sleek. It's light. You just pack it together and you have it ready to go. So just like that, it's already set up. So here, I'm going to go ahead and give it some gas, and then I will ignite it. And there we go. And there you have it. So you can see it did have some yellow red at the start there, and it's still having a little bit. But, now it's just mainly pure blue. And we're going to go ahead and turn it up. So check that out. And then we'll tone it back down here, and we'll turn it off. All right, so there's your configuration. You got the Jetboil on this side, and you got the Pocket Rocket Deluxe on this side. If it makes sense, go ahead and grab both of them. It just made sense for me because, again, one's for water and the other one's for cooking. So there's your review. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, till next time.